This is. See, I'm saying I wasn't going to be mean.
Yep, here we go. Here
I
we
said
go.
I'm not going to be mean. Now I'm mean now.
Here we go.
What
Here we
type
go.
of foolishness is this? This one went viral, and I'm going to see if women can pick up on what is she doing that's rubbing men the wrong way. The first video of wife.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I'm going to actually post this because this is super vulnerable for me and I'm a pretty open person. But earlier this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. And this would probably shock a lot of my friends and my family because I hadn't told anybody, okay? I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog, where all of those things, okay? Had a full breakdown. I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. Let me be very clear about that. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. And that is probably the reason why I have not left, okay? Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always have been are not met, right? Which I don't know if anybody's are. The reason that pushed me to even bring up divorce and talk about it was the fact that I feel like I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of 3 and I still don't know who I am. So for me to be like, oh, I can't be myself or you don't love me for who I am isn't really fair because I don't know who I am. I'm figuring that out every day. But the reason why I wanted to share this on here in the first place is we are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. We're going to Mexico, to Cabo for our 10-year anniversary trip.
Mexico.
And we're rewriting our vows. We never wrote vows in the first place. We didn't have vows when we got married. Oh. And I'm struggling to write my vows, like to write a vow. And I think that's because I still feel very unsure in our relationship. The one thing that we finally talked about this past week together, because it's just been something that since we kind of talked about it and I brought it up and we committed to change and we committed to working on our relationship, I started my own business. He quit his job. Roles have changed. Life has been crazy. And we just haven't come back to talking about this subject. And I brought it up again because I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you, like writing these vows is hard. I don't feel like we're any closer. I don't feel like anything has really changed since I brought this up 6 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever. And I want to work on our relationship. Like at the end of the day, of course I could get a divorce and try to go find the love that I'm craving with somebody else. Oh. But that's going to come with its own hardships, its own complications, and ones that I'm not willing to take on, right? I love Ryan. He is the best father, okay? I just need to learn how to explain what I need from him in our relationship, and he needs to be able to give that, and I need to be doing the same for him so that we can both, like, in 10 years from now, in the next 10 years, look back and say, like, we put in the work and we finally have the marriage and the relationship that we have always wanted, and that is what I want. I guess the reason why I'm coming on here, and if you've made it this long, that's really nice. What have you done in your relationship to get to that point? If you have been in a place where we are and have worked through it and have found things that have brought you closer or that have given you that relationship, like I'm just, I guess, asking for advice. Like, what have you done in order to get there and what has worked for you? We're honestly willing to try anything. We have done therapy and counseling before. And it was fine, honestly. It wasn't like my favorite thing, but I'm willing to try that again. And I don't know, books, podcasts, like what have you guys done that has worked for you to get your marriage to where you want it to be? I just don't like thinking, okay, we've been married for 10 years and we've kind of like been at this same point the whole time. I just don't want to look back 10 years from now and not have tried my best to have this like relationship that we both want and that we deserve and that our kids deserve to see in us. So I'm kind of being vulnerable and posting this on here, but I would just like to know, like, what has worked for you and what advice, I guess, you would have for me. Thanks. I don't know.
All right. So I wanted to play the video in its entirety so no one can say we took her out of context. This video has went very, very viral. They've talked about, I think Matt Walsh talked about it. Other people have talked about it, but I wanted to give my opinion on this. But before we do that, Mr. Producer, I wanted to ask you, as a man, have you seen this video before?
No, I haven't seen it before. No.
Now, you watched the whole video right now. It's the first time
Yep.
you've seen it.
Yep.
What do you think? How do you think she's portraying her husband?
Not fairly, I don't think.
What do you think about what did you see in the video?
Well, it was a lot of, she didn't really seem to address any of what is her role in this. It was, I saw some deflection and oh, I love him, but and not knowing what her purpose is. I don't think she knows what her purpose is.
That is a very, very good point. And we're going to address that because this is a problem with Christian women. She is a conservative woman. She has a post saying she likes Trump and everything. I looked at her page. So this scares men to death. And the reason why this scares men, young ladies, if you want to know, there's nothing that scares men more than this. Because what she's essentially saying is, my husband does everything right. But I'm still going to divorce him and take half his stuff. He's doing everything right. He's a good father.
Right.
He provides. He works. He had a good job. They have children together. But I still might divorce him. That scares a man to death. Because as a man, we are logical thinkers. We think, if this, then this. If I do good as a husband, I should have a good marriage. Here's part of the problem. And this is like, I'm trying to be gentle. I'm not even like using my regular, I'm using my gentle voice now. I'm trying
your indoor voice, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to not be rude, because women will see this and say something like, he's being mean. But there's no other way to address this part of the problem. The main problem that this young lady has is that she is selfish. And she's so selfish that she doesn't see it. It's blinding her. She's so selfish that she doesn't understand that it is not beneficial to even make a video like this. You are throwing your husband under the bus because it makes him look extremely weak. For one.
Totally.
Extremely weak. Like, women don't understand this, but men, we value respect over love. And a man would like to be looked at as respected rather than, oh, my wife really loves me. Most men, especially the masculine ones, would rather than their wives respect them than love them. And so what I see here is, and I see a comment by BCK. What did he say? He said something about
all that time to say nothing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She didn't say much of anything. And the thing about it that I'm, like I said, I'm trying to be nice today. But what I will say is this. Her selfishness comes from a lack of understanding for what a woman's role is in marriage and what she is supposed to be doing before God. When you are have your heart centered on Jesus Christ, when you have your heart centered on God, when you're married, she said she didn't take vows in her marriage. Shame on you.
Right. That
Shame on you
was
for that.
yeah.
Because marriage is a sacrament created by God for the purpose of illustrating Jesus Christ and his love for the church. So therefore, you should have gotten vows. You should have vowed to submit to your husband. He should have vowed to protect and provide for you. That's what marriage is about. How do you have marriage with no vows? What do y'all just say we like each other until like do us part? That's not what marriage is. So you have to,
Right.
one, your marriage has to be centered on Christ. And when it's centered on Christ, you don't have time to be selfish. You have a duty. Part of the problem is your life is too easy, young lady. Your life is too easy. You got a car, you got a good husband, you got kids, you probably got a nice house. You have so much time to think about your feelings because you don't have any duty. Your duty is to submit to your husband. Your duty is to nurture your family. Your duty is to raise up your children in the way a child should be raised before God. You have no duty, so therefore you're distracted by your feelings. If you had duty, you would say, regardless of my feelings, I have a duty to submit to my husband. I have a duty to do this, A, B, C, D, all the things we just previously listed are duties that a woman has. And since you have no duties, you think the tingly feeling that comes from, I don't know, an affair or having a new partner or going on a date with a man that is tall, dark, and handsome, you think those things are what is necessary for a marriage to last. You just don't know why your husband doesn't give you that feeling. It was never about feelings to begin with, but your selfishness has blinded you. Now let's see the next video because I want to know, did she learn her lesson? A week later, she made another video, so let's see that.
I keep trying to record this video and I keep going way off topic, so I'm going to stick right to the point of what I want to say. This video got posted about a week and a half ago. It was me just getting on, expressing my feelings, and there's been a lot of people who have taken it and kind of turned it into something else. And that's my own fault for not explaining things better or being super clear about things. And I don't owe that to anyone to really go back and try to defend myself on everything that I said. The point of the video was me asking for advice on how to become closer with my husband. There have been amazing people who have given that advice, and I've taken it and we are going with it. And I will continue to share the advice that we've got and what we do. But I want to talk about yesterday. I had a really good day. We went to church, we spent time with family. I was just feeling so at like peace with everything and feeling good. And then as I got into bed, I was going through my phone and just like kind of prepping for today, and I had a couple notifications.
Can you pause
from people
that,
sending
Mr.
me
Producer?
videos that more people have stitched. Just feeling really bad about.
She says she went to church.
Mm-hmm.
If she had a good church, they would tell her, get off the internet and take that video down.
Exactly.
But that video is still up today. You don't have a good church because
Right.
your church would have told you, stop putting your business on the internet, for one.
Take it down.
Secondly, that video embarrassed your husband,
Totally.
and you need to take it down for that reason alone. And thirdly, you need to go and talk to your husband and not the internet. You need to go talk to him. They should have told you, listen, you're having these issues because of selfishness, and we can break this down, and we're going to hold you accountable and put women around. You went to church, but I'm not sure exactly what church you actually went to. It can't be a good church if they didn't tell you these things. A good church will come alongside you and give you godly wisdom. They will put older women who have successful marriages around you, and they would analyze and see, oh, the reason why she feels this way is because she is doing this wrong. She is addressing this problem in her life without biblical ethics, without godly wisdom. So I don't know how good you can go to church and feel good all you want, but it doesn't seem like it really addressed the issue since you're right back on the internet. And we're going to see you throughout the rest of the video. I want you guys to analyze, did she learn a lesson or not? We can play it.
like being misunderstood and feeling really sad that so many people are taking it the wrong way, I guess. You can think that what I said was wrong or how I felt was wrong, but I know how I felt. And the only thing that gave me peace at that moment was remembering and feeling God's love and knowing that He's the only one at the end of the day who knows my heart and my intentions inside and out. And
You want to pause
at the end
that?
of the day,
This is the same God that you said you didn't take vows before. When you got married, you said you didn't take vows, and then when you weren't going to renew your vows, you said you didn't even know what to say. How about just going to the Bible? This is, see, I'm saying I wasn't going to be mean.
Yep, here we go. Here
I
we
said
go.
I'm not going to be mean. Now I'm mean now.
Here we go.
What
Here we
type
go.
of foolishness is this? You was talking about God and this and this and that, and now you want to bring God into it when you're feeling sad. Well, what was your husband going towards when he was sad? When you was telling him he a good man, but he still ain't good enough. What would the tables, if the tables was turned, what would people say? If I said, you know what, my wife, she's fine, she's in shape, she's good looking, she makes meals every day. You know what, when I come home, the house is always clean, but she's just not good enough. She's just not good enough for me. Something is wrong. I just can't find the feeling. You know what? I got the divorce papers ready. My wife, she's doing everything right, but I need another one. I need another woman to fulfill my desires. She needs to do what she can to make me feel better. Imagine what women would say if I did that. If I had a video with any inkling of the audacity of selfishness that this woman has, what would the internet do to me? And she gets to come on here and say, well, I talked to God and I feel better about it now because people made me feel bad on the internet for information you purposely put out there. Nobody asked you for all this information. You gave it.
Willingly.
She willingly put this video up here. Don't care at all about, she talking about more about her feelings than how it make her husband feel.
Right.
Your husband is disgraced.
Right.
You gonna say something, Mr. Producer?
Has she talked to him? It sounds like she hasn't.
Look, it sounds like they have superficial conversations that don't mean anything when you need to be sitting your husband down and he actually needs to be correcting you, saying, get your punk butt off the internet and stop posting videos like this because you're embarrassing me. You're saying I'm doing everything right, but I'm still not enough because you probably got some tingles for some high school basketball player you slept with while you were in high school. No. Don't embarrass me like that. Take that video down. If you got a problem, talk to me. Don't go to the internet. And the thing that makes me sick about it is don't bring God into it if you're not going to be in all the way. God has a way for marriage to run. He has gave you the church to keep people around you, to hold you accountable. And you go to a church and you feel better now? Here's the problem. You shouldn't feel better. You should be ashamed. Talking about you want a divorce and your husband's he didn't cheat on you. He didn't step out on you. Did you find videos of him flirting? Did you find messages to another woman? Did he subscribe to OnlyFans? No, none of those things, but you still want a new this is acceptable, and this is a conservative woman. This is why men are scared of marriage. This is why. Men are looking at this like, how in the world can I beat this? How? If I do everything right, a woman can just up and just change her feelings tomorrow and then just say, I'm done with him? Now I can only see my kids every 2 weeks? That's a nightmare. And have no mistake, she was thinking about it and she thought she was justified in her feelings because she posted online. If you thought you was dead wrong, you would have never posted it. All right, we could continue.
So, Jack, before we continue, I've been looking at her hands, and there's something I don't see. Now, it may not.
I didn't even notice this.
Take a look, Jack.
He's the only one who gets to judge me.
I don't. So, now, she may have one,
yes,
but I don't see a wedding band or anything on her there at all. I was watching.
See mine?
Yeah, I was watching, and I don't. She may, but
my husband.
just something I was picking up on was that.
and my
Oh
friends.
my goodness.
And, you know, at the top of that is obviously just God and my husband. So me and Ryan are good.
See, I don't see anything.
We are in a good place. We are communicating more. We have taken and gotten lots of advice and are starting to put it into practice. Like, we are good. And me and God are good. So, you know, all of this
No, you're not.
on the internet is a lot to handle as, like, for anyone, I think. Only person who really can know you inside and out is God. And at the end of the day, he's the only person that...
That's not true.
And
Pause
so-
this.
Oh yeah, I'm pausing
See,
it.
now you get me upset. See, I can't.
Yep, here we go.
The only person that can know you in and out. No, your husband can know you in and out. People around the church can hold you accountable. People act like this only God can judge me. That's a tattoo, and it's a bad one. People in the church can judge you. People in the church can hold you accountable. Other married people are supposed to come alongside you and hold you accountable in the church. This only God can judge me crap. That stuff is trash. The reason why your marriage is flawed right now, the reason why you're wondering if you should go and get a new man right now is because you are not centered on Jesus Christ. You think you can just do and have your feelings are supposed to dictate what you do next. And your church should have corrected you in that. If your church had corrected you, the video would be a lot different. You would be like, yeah, my church told me I don't need to be posting that much on the internet, and I should respect my husband and submit to him, and I need to talk to him rather than putting, so this will be the last video I do for a long time. That would have been a great video. I would have seen some change. I would have been like, oh, this young lady might be learning a thing or two. Nope. Nope. A video without your ring on, talking about how only God can judge you. You didn't learn a darn thing. Go ahead, you can play it.
Other voices on the internet, they don't matter. At the end of the day, they have no real effect on my life. So people can say the nastiest things in the comments, but my worth is not rooted in that. My worth is rooted in God's love and his perception of me, and he knows my heart inside and out. And that is all that matters.
The heart is desperately wicked above all things. Who can know it? Jeremiah 17:9.
Just remember that. Like, you know your intentions, you know your heart, and God knows it. And at the end of the day, he's the only one that can judge you.
That is nonsense. What? All that, and you know what? You expect somebody not to fail even worse than the first video, and the second video was worse than the first.
Yeah.
Because at least the first video, she could say she was looking for advice. Second video, she says, I'm doubling down on the stupidity.
Yeah.
And only God can judge me. Well, then why'd you come to the internet to ask for advice in the first place if you don't care what people think?
Right.
Don't come to us for advice then. You putting all your marriage business out here. You look stupid. People got on you. And now you want to say, well, I don't care what y'all think anyway. You cared a lot on the first video when you was asking for advice. Come on, son. Come on, son. This is crazy, man. Like, what are these... The internet has done such a disservice for women. Because now we get to see exactly what they think in their thought process. And it's not making men really like or think the perspective of marriage is better than it was before. It's making more men like that. Y'all think like this? Well, I'm not getting married. I seen a comment. We had a comment on our channel. I had some in there. Did I put some in there? Maybe not. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. But it was some comments on our video where some of our previous video where young men were commenting saying, man, this is why I'm not getting married. And it's like, dang, man, I kind of see, as much as I like to advise men to be married, that is God's design. It's hard to push it when y'all got women like this. They are tainting it. How am I supposed to tell a young man, go out, find yourself a wife. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. And then you got 100 videos like this coming across his feed, where a man can do everything right, have a family, they go to church and everything, and she still want to divorce him. And admits he does everything right. And even like she said, well, he's kind of abusive, or he hoards money, or no, he does everything right, but I still want to divorce him.
Well, and she was saying a lot more about herself in all of this.
Yeah, you don't even
she
know
didn't-
who this guy
Right.
is.
So without knowing who he is, we're just taking her word for all this stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes, we're not the most reliable narrators of our own story.
True. That's true.
So we're taking her on face value here.
But it kind of fascinates me that usually women will try to paint the guy as a bad guy, but he's such a great guy that she couldn't even do that. She couldn't even
No,
say,
she couldn't.
you know what? He forgot my birthday. No, she says he does everything right.
Mhm, right.
And I still
Mhm.
just don't have the tingly feeling
Right.
with him. Well, here's the thing. Why are you basing things on your feelings?
Right.
Marriage ain't about feelings. There's going to be plenty of times where you, as a man, speak to the men. It's going to be plenty of times where you're not attracted to your wife. She may be 8 months pregnant and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, she done gained like 60 pounds. Here's the thing. You still have to love her. You still have to give her the love that she's due. You can't just be like, well, I don't feel like it. Marriage ain't about feelings. It's about duty. It's about obeying God.